ever get old? I mean, it seems like
It's the best part of the year for me. Just get to go out there, new expectations, new team, new identity, and we're fired up because of it. So just another hack at another year. I mean, it's exciting, man.
I'm assuming you watched a little football last night.
Oh yeah, saw the whole game. Yeah,
The Bills look like they're ready to go. We've won. They've made some moves. You guys ended their season. Do you get the feeling? I mean, you've had the target on your back in this division for a long time. But do you feel like the target is on your back with all the moves that a lot of these teams have made in the AFC?
I mean, I think with our success, I think a lot of teams kind of circle us on their schedule. But that's what you want, man. If you're not answering the bell every single week, I mean, why are we out there, right? I'm trying to be the best on every single play, every single game. So it's not new to me to feel like everyone's ready for my best shot, you know. Or if I'm on the flip side, I know I'm getting everybody's best shot because of the success that we've had. So it's just it's nothing new here. I think there's a few new faces that are going to get a glimpse of that if they haven't already had that in their career.
In previous seasons, it's been a lot of you and a lot of Tyreek Hill, and there's been an emphasis. It's going to be a lot of different bodies this year distributing the football. Just how have you seen maybe that help Pat as far as just being a little bit more calm or looser in the offense in this new look offense?
I always felt that Pat was very good at getting the ball around to other guys. Obviously, with a guy like Tyreek, you can have a lot of trust in a guy like that to make big plays, especially on big-time moments like he has in the past. So it's just finding that rhythm of, you know, the intentions of the play caller, what we're seeing on defense, and going from there, and just trusting the guys that are in the position, which I have all the faith in. The new faces that we have that are going to be able to be on show this Sunday, man. It's going to be fun seeing everybody have fun.
Sounds like Noah's going to fill in a little bit of the Blake role. Just how confident are you in what?
Man, we got an awesome tight end room. It's killed us to see Blake, you know, go down like that in the beginning in the preseason. And then an awesome game by Bushman to see him go down that hurt. But we got a fun tight end room, man, and you're gonna see a lot of athletes out there, a lot of big athletes, that's for sure.
Travis, you and your brother are testing the podcast water, jumping in there. Talk about the New Heights show.
Yeah, the New Heights show, man. It's me and my brother venturing into a new playing field, man. Given our intake of or our knowledge of everything that we've gone throughout our playing career, and you know, just getting on camera and on the mic, man, having some fun as brothers, knowing that we just enjoy being around each other and having fun doing it. So it's definitely going to be interesting every Wednesday. You guys will be able to check us out.
Travis, the defense, Arizona, one of their green dots is an Olathe guy and Isaiah Simmons. You know, just what have you seen out of Arizona? What have you seen out of Isaiah that maybe thinks this defense is going to be challenging?
I remember he was a Clemson guy, right? Yeah, I remember seeing him over at Purple Label Barbershop, man. Shout out to Dewan and everybody over there. Yeah, he's an unbelievable player, and I mean they got a very stout defense. Their front seven is packed, and then they got athletes in the back end. And then you add Budda Baker as a safety, kind of like a chess piece. You can throw him everywhere. They got a great defense, and we definitely got a challenge ahead of us, man. But we've been waiting all year to go out there and have some fun, so I plan on doing so.
Travis, how eager are you to see just how defenses play you guys? It seems like week to week last year it was pretty consistent, but it seems like maybe not this year, or are you just eager to find out? I
think it's up in the air. This team is specifically kind of a junk ball team. They'll throw everything at you. A lot of blitzes, a lot of different variations of coverages, and you can't really get a good tell or a lot of there's not a lot of scheme to it, right? They just have a lot of good players that can do different things. So it's just understanding that you got the whole gamut of coverages that you can get thrown at, and just being true to your indicators and just playing fast, man. You can't let it slow you down. That's the biggest thing that I think they're trying to do when they throw so many different types of coverages at you.
You guys probably already do this, but does that make you sort of hyper-aware that if you're not the first, second, or even third option on the play, you still got to be ready?
Well, I mean, every play versus every coverage has a certain progression, right? So it's just understanding when you're getting the ball and being alert for it, being on time, and being there for Pat, man. I mean, that's the biggest thing in the run game, making sure you know who we're working towards, and getting the body on the body, man.
A couple more, but Todd and then Aaron. But Todd, non-football question. I saw yesterday on Twitter there was a podcast where Heidi Gardner said she'd be her dream to have you and Patrick on Saturday Night Live. Man. How do you go about making that happen?
Heidi's awesome. She's been a huge Chiefs supporter, really KC supporter. for as long as I can remember. I think she came out here to Big Slick this year, so I was bummed I couldn't make that. I told him I'd never miss another one, but that would be awesome, man. I remember growing up in the Farley days and the Will Ferrell days. I mean, it was Saturday Night Live has been a dream of mine to just go to, let alone be in.
Have you got some characters or skits in mind?
No, I'm going to leave that up to the pros.
You got nothing?
No, I'm going to leave that up to the pros, man. Exactly, yeah, I have no idea.
You talked about the new faces playing a role. Do you get to say anything to those guys about the difference between, hey, training camp, preseason, and it gets real now? And do you remember your experience going from?
I mean, the new faces that we have, I mean, they're veteran guys. They've been in the action. They've played in big-time games. They've been big-time players in big-time games. So I don't think we need to really say anything like that. There's a few rookies, specifically on the defensive side, that just haven't had a glimpse of what the NFL feels like. But I feel like we got a lot of leaders on that side of the ball. We got a lot of playmakers up front that are going to help it make it easier on the guys, the younger guys, to just fall in line and do their job and just fly around and make plays, man. That's the biggest thing, man. You keep that energy up, man. You're living out your childhood dream to be able to go out here and.
All right. As far as the injuries go, really the only one that won't practice today is Pacheco. Everybody else will go. Before the challenge of playing Denver, good football team, well coached. Sean's done a nice job up there, as our coordinators have. So look forward to being in Denver, which is a great venue for football and great for the National Football League with two good teams playing each other. So that time's yours.
Andy, you referenced this, but you've had some good matchups with Sean Payton in the last few years. Just what makes his teams so difficult to go up against?
Yeah, good players, good coaches. You know that they've got good schemes. They're well coached with them, and they play hard. You know, he does a nice job with it.
Andy, you mentioned this run of defensive lines that you play against. Obviously, this is a pretty good run. What stands out?
Yeah, that's a good point, because that's really a strength of theirs on the defensive side. They got a good defense, but I mean that D line, it starts with them. It's a nice challenge for our offensive line, and like I mentioned before, we've had this string of good D lines that we've been, going against, and so it gives you another opportunity to continue to grow as a group and look forward to that challenge. I mean, that's what this is all about. You love that. You love that you get to play a good football team.
What growth have you seen from Bo Nix from his rookie year until now?
Yeah, he's picking up what Sean's asking him to do, and then executing it and doing a good job with that. And that's a primary responsibility of the quarterback. You're going to be given a scheme, and you got to become a master of it and then make everybody around you better. And he's done a nice job with that.
Coach, on that subject, when you get that second year, you had that early success. He's had some bumps in the road since then. Defenses, how much easier does it get to prepare for him? And now that they've got the tape on him, is that why he's having some struggles now?
Yeah, listen, I mean, they kind of all go through a little bit of that, but he's also won games, which ends up being the most important thing, and during tough times. But you see that around the league. You see that with all these guys. Teams have an opportunity to study them. They got up their game, and then they continue to grow. And they grow for a few years, and then they either make it or they don't make it. At that point. So to be able to sustain it for years is quite a tribute to these guys. But he's a young guy that's continuing to see some different curveballs there.
You mentioned self-evaluation on Monday, but getting the guys back yesterday, just how beneficial did you tell that they're ready to get back, knowing that what's in front of them this last stretch?
Yeah, sure. They understand that, and they were out there, and we can go lock ourselves in the office and do that stuff. They're out there and they hear everything, so and see everything with the time off, and so they understand. They're focused, locked in, ready to go, ready to get back to work and get better. And that's, as a head coach, that's all you can ask for.
One of the Hairston after the Bills game said he was kind of picking up some tendencies from Xavier, or trying to figure out what he's doing. When you guys went back and self-scouted, did you see some things like that happen? How much do you have to kind of guard against that week to week in this league?
Yeah, so listen, everybody's got a tendency somewhere along the line. That's how it works. If you watch enough tape, you're going to see certain things. So the objective is to give them that against different looks. So we look at all that and try to keep track of that, and we ask players to do the same thing. So, and Xavier's a smart kid; he gets all that. But I'm not sure. We'll see.
Andy, when you're in the bye week and doing the self-scout, how much do you think you're learning from your successes versus how much you're learning from, say, the Buffalo game? I mean, is it one loom larger?
Yeah, what we try to do, and I think with technology now, it's different than it was a few years back. You're able to stay up on that. You've got the Fraziers and Marks around the league here, where you've got these guys that kind of keep you abreast of what's going on. What your tendencies are, what you need to work on show in certain spots and down and distances, all that. So they do a pretty good job. So when you go back and you put it all together and look at it, you're kind of fine-tuning what you've already gone through. You just have more time to do it. And is it beneficial? Yeah. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. So if we can do better, then it's been a good evaluation period.
How much of the challenge with someone like Nick Benito, 15, impacts throwing Josh back in the fire? Does it impact it at all?
Yeah, we'll just see. Let's see. I haven't even got him out for a practice yet, so let's see how all that goes. He'll jump in and see what he can do and mix it up out there and do what we do, and then we'll go from there. So I just want to see him back out there. I'm glad he's back and going.
Coach Ofonga, what does he bring at safety?
Yeah.
Add him this year?
Yeah, I think that's a good add. He's been banged up a little bit in years past, but he's playing his tail off right now. Smart, real smart kid, good leverage guy. So if they ask him to stay in outside leverage, he's going to stay in outside leverage. He's going to discipline it, and then if they ask him to get in the box and blitz and do that dirty work, he's all in there too. So he's a good football player, real good.
Matt? Coach, when Joshua mentioned you just want to see him get on the field, what would you hope to see from him the next couple of days that would tell you that he's ready to play on Sunday?
Yeah, let's just see what kind of shape he's in. You get back into the football swing. So let's see how he is. I'm sure he's going to be okay, but we'll see.
We'll do last three. Jesse?
Yeah, Andy, a lot of division games coming up. Just how much pride do you take in the consistency to win 9 straight of these in a row, and the work that it takes to be able to accomplish something?
Yeah, well, it's important that you spend time on that. And the thing about our division here is it's strong division. The AFC West is tremendously strong, and we're all trying to shoot for the same thing. They're all good teams, and they're well coached. Yeah.
Coach, Denver's won a lot of close games throughout this season. Of course, you've been a part of winning some close games here. How tough is it to play a team that's won so close to the national player?
Yeah, that's what Saran was saying. I mean, they win. They find a way to win, and so we've been through that. And the way that this league is right now, you got to be able to do that. The parity in this thing is pretty crazy. So, especially in AFC West.
Sam, last one.
Hey, just to build off what Matt asked, but would it be a lot to ask a guy who's missed a month, 5 weeks to jump right back in? I mean, I'm sure that's part of your evaluation, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I got to see what he's got rolling. And I've seen a couple practices, so I'll be able to figure it out somewhere here, hopefully.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
The front for Denver, just what's the challenge in facing that unit?
Yeah, I think they have. You have 5 really good defensive linemen. They can all win in different ways, and they have guys that rotate in and play well, play good as well. And so they know what their scheme is. They know how to get after the quarterback. And so for us, it's just having great protection schemes, changing up the looks for them so they can't just tee off. And then I think just going out there and getting the ball in my hands whenever I need to, and then take shots whenever I need to as well.
Bi-week self-scouting standpoint, like from one half to the other, I guess if there's one point of emphasis for yourself, what are you focusing on maybe being better at in the second half?
Yeah, I think just staying true to the progression sometimes as the games go on. I think if I look back, especially at the Bills game in general, I think I started off pretty well at going through my progressions, but as the game went on, getting away from that. And so trying to be better at that and then trying to settle myself down in some of those moments. But we did a lot of good things. It's just about being more consistent on a week-to-week basis.
Self-scout things, like after the Bills game, Harrison was saying he was picking up tendencies on Worthy and stuff like that. I mean, number one, is it possible to happen? Did you see it when you went back and looked at things, and how do you prevent that?
I didn't necessarily see it, but I mean, obviously, if he said it, he saw something, and so we'll be better at looking at things like that. I appreciate the info so that we can be better at that as the season goes on.
Patrick, you're OC at Texas Tech. Eric Moore is having a big year at North Texas. What helped you the most that you learned from him, just developing as a young quarterback?
Yeah, I think he has a good feel for making you comfortable. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, he obviously can see talent. You look at all the quarterbacks he's been with through all the different stops he's been in, but he gives you confidence to go out there and be yourself and play the game the way you're supposed to play, and he'll change the offense for that. And so it's not surprising to me that he's had so much success, and he's had a ton of success this year at North Texas, and I saw him this last offseason, and it's cool to see, like, his kids were like babies now. They're getting older now, and it's cool to see that stuff as well. So I'm sure that he'll continue to have success either at North Texas or wherever he ends up at.
Speaking of Tech, how'd you do on your picks? You know what your record ended up being?
I don't know what my record was, but I think I'm really good on the actual picks. I don't know the spreads and stuff. I don't get a lot of practice at that. They don't let us do that stuff. So it's I don't think I did good with those, but I did good on my actual games and who won the game. So it was fun though. The game day was amazing. I mean, I grew up watching. I still watch it. And I think just the atmosphere in Lubbock, you can tell how much everybody appreciates the team, appreciates how much success they're having, and they're going to enjoy the moment. And I thought that was really cool.
This game, I realize they're all big, but how big is this game against this team?
Yeah, I mean, they're first in the division, and they have a couple games on us. And so it's huge for the division, and that's always our first goal is win the division. And so it's a really good football team. There's no way around it. And so we have to go out there and play our best football, and I don't think we've done that yet. So after this bye, let's go out there, put a great week of practice together, and find a way to win in a hostile environment against a great football team.
You guys are generally the ones who are a couple of games up on everyone else in the division at this time of the year. The tables have turned a little bit here. Does it feel different? What's the desperation? I don't know. What's it feel like for you guys right now?
I mean, I think you understand this game's important. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, it's a divisional game, and they're always important. But with them having the lead and us needing to go out there and win to have a chance to win the division, I think guys understand that. But at the same time, all we can do is have a great day today, and we're gonna have a great week of practice. Put that together, and then go out there and play our best football. And I think if we play our best football, we can win against anybody. And so we have to go out there with that mindset of let's play our best football this weekend.
Patrick, the division streak here predates you, so how much pride do you take in the consistency of having that every single year?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's always our first goal. It's like the first goal we have that Coach Reid puts up is win a division, and we understand that it's always a challenge, and you have to go up against really good football teams that are scouting you all year long, and so we've been really good at that over these last 7, 8, 9 years, whatever it is, and so we got to continue to get better and better, and we have a lot of division games in front of us, and so if we can go out there and handle business and do what I think we can do, we can find a way to win this division, and so everything is kind of out in front of us. We just have to go out there with the right mindset.
No matter who starts at left tackle, are you just full steam ahead, or are there things that you want to do to try and reintegrate Josh, whether he starts or not?
No, I mean, you're kind of you're full steam ahead. I think that's what's so great about football is that you have to go out there and have the same mindset, the same mentality, and we're super excited to have Josh back and just being back in the building, and we'll get him out in the practice field and see where he's at. But I think you saw with both those guys, they can both play at a very high level, and so I think Coach will make that decision as the week goes on, but I have confidence in both of them that they'll go out there and have success.
Sam, I guess how concerned or how much you have to be aware of Nick Benito, 15, of how he can maybe wreck your game plan?
Yeah, I mean, great pass rusher. I mean, he's someone that can really get after the quarterback. He's smart. He does a lot of spying on me as well, and so he's a really good football player. And just like the other guys, man, they got a lot of sacks for a reason. They got a lot of guys, Zach Allen inside and Cooper on the other side. They got guys everywhere that can make plays, and so just not letting them make a play that just completely disrupts the entire game. Just kind of getting the ball out of your hands, trying not to take sacks, and then let the game come to you.
I don't think the tiebreaker can be Charlie, but you still might control your own destiny as far as that goes because you have those games head-to-head, but this would be it, right? There's no more margin for error after that. Is that something that you're aware of that you look at? Does that make that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you lose this game, it's going to be with them having the tiebreaker and would that be like 4 games ahead of us? It'd be tough to go back and get that one. But all you can do is just handle this week, and that's all you can really worry about. And we still play a lot of great football teams, but like I said, I feel like if we play our best, we can beat anybody. And so we have to just continue to get better and better, be more consistent throughout games and throughout week to week, and that starts with practice today.
Patrick, also related to that, I mean, how much do you feel like having that as the first goal and being successful at it with the divisions has really been the underpinning for everything else you guys have been able to do? I mean, I know you can get to the playoffs without it, but I mean, how much has that been like foundational to?
Yeah, I think, I mean, first off, you get the home game at Arrowhead, which I think is huge, and we've proved that we can go on the road and win, but just being able to play at Arrowhead is an advantage. I mean, with the noise and the atmosphere, and you can feed off the crowd and stuff like that, and so, and it kind of checks that first box for you to show that you've accomplished something in the year, and now let's build on to the next goal, and so it's been something that's been important to us. And so we'll still have that mindset of finding a way to win it this year, but it all starts with this week.
It is just a little unrelated, but you alluded to it with being conscious of the betting stuff. How much has the NBA and MLB stuff been present in your mind, and do you feel like the safeguards are all in place well in the NFL?
I mean, they let us know. I mean, the NFL and the NFLPA kind of tell us all the different rules that you can and can't do. I just stay away from it, just because I don't want to put myself in that position. I mean, that's something that your life's so great. Why mess with it, you know? And so it does get. I think more than anything, to me, it gets weird sometimes when like you have fans talking about it, just because like you're just trying to go out there and live your life and play the game, and sometimes they get really attached to it even more than like the regular fan because they have money on the line. And so for me to them, I would just say don't do anything that you can't recuperate or live without. And so it's a crazy world we live in these days, seeing all this stuff happen. But I think you just focus on the football and focus on the sport that you love and why you're here, and you don't have to worry about all that other stuff.
On that front, you went 7-2 apparently on your picks. Tied with Nate Bargatze for first place so far. So down with the Tech thing, you've got your NIL folks down there that you've done, and Cody Campbell's been right on the forefront of all this stuff. But he's also trying to rein it in a little bit with some of those commercials we see all the time. Did you guys have discussions down there? I mean, your crystal ball. Where do you think this is going to go in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to find something with the revenue sharing that will help kind of stabilize it a little bit. I mean, you want people to get paid, and you want people to get paid as much as they can. But at the same time, you don't want that to affect other sports as well. And I think that's what Cody is so big on, is he wants to keep the integrity of college football, and with guys being able to make money that will change their families' lives. And so I don't know exactly what that's going to be, if that's limiting the amount of times you can transfer, or if that's having ways that you can spread the money across all the sports. But I think Cody does it the right way, and I think that's why, and Texas Tech does it the right way, and I think that's why they're having so much success, because you've seen teams kind of do the NIL thing and not work out, but they're doing it with a basis of going there to love to play the game of football with money that will change your family's lives, and I think that's what it's got to be all about at the end of the day.
Last one, Steve.
The games you guys lost this season, you've always talked about the lack of energy during the bye week. Have you been able to put your finger on why that is?
I wouldn't say necessarily. I mean, I think more than anything, it's just being able to battle through adversity and some of these tight, close, contested games. It's something that we've kind of always just been able to do, and it hasn't happened this year. And so I think going into the bye, I think that was the main point for all of us, was just let's find a way to battle through that adversity. And the season's kind of been a microcosm of the whole of these close games that we've been playing in, is that we haven't been able to win in these big moments that we've used to. And so in order to get to where we want to get to, we got to learn how to do that. And I think that all starts this week.
Anything you've done differently in the close games that you played last year compared to this year?
I think just if I look back at just the Bills game and at the very end of the Bills game, is just maybe not going for that big play so early, just trying to get the ball out of my hands and get the drive going. That's something that I've always been good at, but at the same time, I got to keep the aggressive mindset. So just kind of working with stuff like that.
In the dim glow of Arrowhead's media room on November 14th, 2025, the air crackled with unspoken tension. Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, the silver-haired maestro of 3 Super Bowl triumphs, stood shoulder to shoulder with tight end Travis Kelce, his fiery, foul-mouthed protégé. What was billed as a routine presser spiraled into an emergency confessional, a gut-wrenching exchange that left jaws dropped and eyes misty. As Reid's voice cracked, revealing concerning injury woes plaguing Kelce's battered frame, the 36-year-old star's trademark bravado shattered. "This game's everything, Coach," Kelce choked out, gripping Reid's arm like a lifeline. "We've clawed through hell this season. Don't let it end here." Reid, eyes glistening, pulled him into a bear hug, whispering, "You're my warrior, Trav. We fight together." The room fell silent, a raw vulnerability exposing the human pulse beneath the helmets and hype. The stakes couldn't be higher. Fresh off a bye week and a stinging 5-4 skid, capped by that gut punch loss to Buffalo on November 2nd. The Chiefs' hunger for redemption against a roaring Denver Broncos squad, 8-2, on November 16th. Denver's no longer the punchline. They're AFC West kings, armed with the NFL's sack-happy defense, 46 and counting, eyeing a record 78, led by Nick Bonitto's blitzkrieg and Bo Nix's cool-under-fire magic. Nix, the sophomore slinger, boasts a 100.9 passer rating when trailing, with 11 TDs and just one pick. Traits Kelce himself hyped on new heights. When the pressure's on, Bo turns into a beast. This will be a 4-quarter slugfest. Mahomes, the unflappable franchise savior, echoed the urgency Wednesday. "They're first in the division. Huge for us. We haven't peaked yet. Time to unleash." Yet whispers of Kelce's nagging woes threaten to hobble the heart of KC's attack. Reid's 22-4 post-bye record in the Mahomes era, a talisman against doubt. Footage from Team X posts shows Kelce, Mahomes, and Rashee Rice exploding in practice, leaping, grinding, unbreakable. But as the Broncos' #1 red zone D, third in points allowed at 17.3, looms, questions burn. Can Kelce suit up? Will Reid's tears fuel a dynasty's defiance, or seal a divisional dethroning after 9 years of rule? Sunday's showdown isn't just a game, it's a reckoning. Tune in. The roar might echo forever.